Hey guys, let's talk about IP addressing in this video a little bit. So let's start with a simple example of how do we identify a city on a continent. So basically we start with the continent, which is North America. Then we go to USA, then we go to Florida, then we go to Tampa. Same thing going to London. By the way, London, there is a London in Texas, there is a London in Tennessee, there is a London in Kentucky, there is a London in UK, and there's a London in Ontario. So the thing that I'm doing here is I assign the code 1 to North America, code 1 to Canada, Ontario, and London, the London in Ontario. For USA, the code I'm using is 10, Florida 111, Texas 35, Tampa 1, Dallas 2. Now, if we have to identify Dallas with this way, and we get the code for North America, that's 1, 10 for USA, 35 for Texas, and 2 for Dallas. Same way, all the numbers will stay same, but for London, the number becomes 4. And IP addressing pretty much works on the exact same way. I and okay, so London, Ontario is going to be 1.1.1.1. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to record a voiceover because for some reason the voice disappeared from the previous recording, so it's going to be a little out of sync. Okay, so the same example extrapolated over more examples. So Europe, UK, England, London, the codes I assigned 100. So 100 I've assigned to Europe, 200 I have assigned to North America, and so on and so forth. So at the main level, like at the Europe, at the continent level, you cannot have duplicates uh, for the continents. Under the continent, for the countries, you cannot have duplicate codes and so on. And so London is the same city, and it's represented by 012, 012, 012. Texas, I'm using the same numbers. For Dallas and Tampa, I'm using the same number to illustrate they are under different states, so they can have the same codes, but it doesn't mean it's the same code. Now, to refer to all the cities in North America, we say North America dot all dot all dot all, and in networking, it's represented by zeros. So if we have to generate a code for North America, it'll be 200.0.0.0. Same way for USA, it'll be 200. The code for USA dot 0.0. Florida, the last digit will be 0, and for Tampa, the whole thing would have codes. So that becomes the address for Tampa. The 200.11.024.0 becomes the address for Florida, and 200.0.0.0 becomes the address for North America. So similarly, on the VPCs, the top account level, the code is 10. The next level of VPCs, the code is 10, 20, and 50. Then I'm going to show some subnets, but I guess it's going to have to show up. Okay, so we're going to add 3 subnets with code 10, 20, and 30. And so the address for the subnet first becomes 10, which is the account, 10 VPC.10, the subnet. For the third one, it'll become 10, 10, 30 because 30 is the subnet code that we assigned to that subnet. Same thing on this side, 10.50.11.0, 10.50.111.0. These number can be anything from 0 to 256. And it's 256 the high limit because it's an octet, but I'll go in more detail about that in the networking course that I'm working on. And then we'll create machines under these subnets. All right, the machines are here. So the 10.10.10.1 is a machine under the 10.10.10.0 subnet. The first three digits stay the same while we add a code for the next machine. Same thing for the machine in 10.10.30.1. It's under that subnet. Now for the last subnet 10.50.111.0, I am taking three machines with codes 1, 2, and 3. And this is to illustrate the concept of security groups. So the first two machines, if I was to establish, uh, basically allow the connection between those two, all I need to do is create a security group that has both of these IP addresses. And that establishes the communication between 10.10.0.1 and 10.10.30.1. Similar way, if I had to establish connection only with 10.50.111.1 with 10.10.30.1, I do the same thing. Same thing I have to do for 2 and 3. But now I'm referring to all the machines under subnet 10.50.111.0. So instead of creating three different security groups, I can create just one security group that maps to 10.10.30.1 to 10.50.111.0. And what that means is every single machine under that subnet would be able to connect to 30.1. And it will also apply to the other machines getting added.